the most underrated angler skills is forage assessment. If you can get a real good idea of what the fish are eating in your local watershed, you're going to do a better job. And today I brought some of the some tools that are really helpful in doing a good job of forage assessment.
Daddy, can we go snorkeling now?
Yeah, man, let's do it.
Yay.
All right, Sawyer didn't waste any time. He's already in there getting them. He's got a little net there. He's trying to scoop into the mud plume he's kicking up. See if we can catch some bait fish. I'm gonna go ahead and get above this riffle here, dig around in some of these rocks, see if we can find some crayfish or hellgrammites or, you know, whatever's living down there. Mad toms, you never know what you're gonna find, but it's definitely gonna tell you a lot about what you need to be fishing. What did you find?
I found a bunch of rocks.
All right, let's go look somewhere else. You want to go look in the grass bed?
Yeah, I saw some grass over there.
All right, let's find a big grass bed. Bet you there's a bunch of minnows in it.
Yeah, and then we can get the net and scoop them up.
All right, we're at a grass bed here, and Sawyer got something with a net by lifting this rock. What'd you find down in there?
There's a little tadpole that's just
tadpoles?
And this is a mad
What'd you catch?
It's a mad tom.
Let's see him in the water. Mad tom under the rock.
Why does he
in a grass bed?
He looks like a catfish.
He is a little catfish.
Oh.
So you look at how this moves and you think of what soft plastics have a tail that kind of wiggles like that. Can you think of anything?
That the snake sort of has a tail that sort of sways back and forth like his tail was.
Which one? Which bait?
The snake one.
The snake one?
Yeah.
The one I said looked like an eel? Mm-hmm. Yeah? Well, we'll give that a shot. He is cool, isn't he? Mm-hmm. Before we let him go, Sawyer, let's take a real good look at his color. What kind of color do you see on him?
I see white and an
He does have a whitish belly.
And he has an olive fish brown on the top.
Yeah. And look at his look at the very edge of his tail.
Yeah.
That's a pretty unique black line on the tip of his tail, which is kind of like a light cream color. That's
and it looks cool. Creamish, yellowish right there.
Yeah. And then that black tip. So let's go ahead and put him back in and see where he goes.
Yeah.
Here's some forage you may not even think of. Maybe if you fly fish, you're thinking of it. But these little damsel flies, a lot of little fish will get after those and make quite a meal out of them. They're cool to watch. Ooh, I got something, man.
Cool.
I got 2 hellgrammites. I got a little one and a big one. People use these as bait sometimes.
What the heck eats them?
Smallmouth. Here, let me drop them down there. Back up with the camera a little bit, buddy. I got a
They're like glue. They aren't coming off.
Yeah. They are like smallmouth candy. Look at him crawling around. There's the little one. Here's the big one. So what baits do we have that look like that?
We have
3-inch long, 2.5, 3-inch long. You know what he is? He's an aquatic insect, and he turns into a Dobson fly. He gets bigger for a while, and then he turns into something with wings.
How big does he get?
They get about, I don't know,
5 inches? Close?
I've seen them 4.5. I think they do get bigger. So So what bait do you think we have that looks like them?
The fluke looks a little bit like it, and
what about this thing?
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. That looks like them.
That's a good match to a Hellgrammite, just in how the tail moves. Very Hellgrammite-like presentation. So, all right, let's go find some more stuff, buddy.
Okay.
Here are a couple different soft plastics that we can choose from. This one's a very good sculpin imitator. Sculpin is a fish that will go to the bottom and doesn't have a whole lot of motion. You let a 3-inch Senko drift to the bottom and sit still, the fish is definitely going to think that's a sculpin. We have darters that can move similarly. This little stick bait with a whip tail is a good darter impersonator. And this one is the Confidence Baits large bird in Mumachog. This one does very well for mud minnow imitation. And then as you move to something that has more of a ribbon tail, has a little bit more action, that's great for waters that have eels. Eel is a very overlooked forage in a lot of the tidal waters that we fish. And also here's a good bait fish profile that's a little bit larger. And as we move from right to left, we get a little bit bigger here with the bait fish. And later in the year, the bait fish are going to be bigger. So keep that in mind in terms of the size of the profile that you're using. Got two other baits here. This one does a really nice job impersonating a Hellgrammite. It's just a paddle tail finesse worm. Often used for drop shotting, but this does very well on a Confidence Baits dragon head. And of course we have our crayfish profile. It is the Confidence Baits Battle Stance Craw. Lots of little guys on the Senkos.
Yeah, we're getting a bunch of little ones.
Here's one I got on the one I said looked like would move like the Hellgrammite, that little finesse worm. Nice wiggly tail, just like the tail of that Hellgrammite. Got this nice little guy. The little guy on the Hellgrammite lure. Oh, he ripped the tail off. Alright, got a little bit bigger one here. Got a bigger bait. I don't know if it's a bass or not. Oh yeah, that's a good smallmouth. So upsizing in the bait seemed to do the trick. I had a, oh, and he's off. He was about a 15-incher. I switched to a bigger fluke, and that seemed to do the trick.